We are Black Mark. We are Crime.
It's time for Dodger Baseball. Live from Dodger Stadium, Prime Ticket presents the Dodgers as they take on the Washington Nationals. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Saturday night to you, wherever you may be. Game 2 of the 3-game series with the Nationals, who have beaten the Dodgers 3 out of 4. The pitching matchups, the veteran Livan Hernandez, the right-hander, 9-15 lifetime against the Dodgers, and he'll go up against Hiroki Kuroda, whose run support is just 1.9. As you know, the Dodgers 8 games behind San Diego, 7 behind San Francisco. The Giants now putting the heat on the Padres. They're just 1 back. Following tomorrow's game, the Dodgers hit the road. We'll get to the ball game. We'll have it all coming up for you right after this.
Two or three with the Washington Nationals. Dodgers need it. They're going to get some help from Andre Heath here. They have certainly this homestand. Alexis pursuing perfection.
The kid is back, isn't he? The power stroke is back. He now is tied for the lead in home runs on this ball club with 18. In this homestand, he's hit nearly 400. He's also got 2 home runs and a couple doubles. So it's nice to see that picture-perfect swing back and swinging the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, I know these guys don't look at the scoreboard or the standings, but the team has to take advantage of what's going on right now. San Francisco lost today to Atlanta, and San Diego is losing.
You know, they're getting to the point in the year where they do start taking a peek at the scoreboard. They shouldn't. They, really, you go out and play your game, and if you win enough games, you know that you're going to be at the top of the division. But you have to start paying attention to what's going on out there. And when everyone else, as you said, is either lost already or is losing, you go out and win this game tonight to inch closer.
Put up some crooked numbers that would help out Kuroda because he needs some run support. Hasn't gotten a lot.
Yeah, what? Less than 2 runs in his last 10 starts or something like that. It's ugly.
All right, so let's see if the Dodgers can turn things around tonight. We got first pitch coming up for you here on Prime Ticket. Vince Scully has the call. We'll see you after the game.
All new 2011 Hyundai Sonata. Visit your Southern California Hyundai dealers today. By Shakey's. What did pitcher Doc Ellis wear in his hair on the field? Go to Shakey's.com/trivia. By CarMax. Now more than ever, the smart choice is CarMax. And by AT&T. TV, high-speed internet, home phone, and wireless. Visit ATT.com or call 1-800-PICK-ATT for details. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Saturday night to you, wherever you may be. Years ago, there was a popular song, Saturday night is the loneliest night in the week. Not for a crowd expected to be around 40,000. Certainly not for the Dodgers and the Nationals in Game 2 of the weekend series, with the Nationals having beaten the Dodgers 3 out of 4. What troubles the Dodgers, and they have reason to be troubled, they're in a stretch of 26 games, and the only team under 500 they play will be the Washington Nationals. And yet it's the Nationals who have beaten them 3 out of 4. Tonight, Livan Hernandez and Hiroki Kuroda. And for the Dodgers, they get news that, among other things, the Rockies are losing 4-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Braves shut out the Giants 3-0. And the Diamondbacks are leading the Padres 5-2 in the top of the 6th inning. So the Dodgers only 2 games above 500, trying somehow to put it all together and make a rush in the last 50-some-odd games. Let's take a look at the Washington Nationals, a ball club that has improved. Last year they won their 48th game on September the 6th. They've won 49 already, so they're a good month ahead of schedule. Roger Bernardina in center, Ian Desmond at short, Ryan Zimmerman at third, Adam Dunn, no sense talking about him, you know if you've been following the games. Josh Willingham in left, Michael Morse will be in right field, Ivan Rodriguez behind the plate, Adam Kennedy and Levon Hernandez. On the mound for the Dodgers, Hiroki Kuroda. An 8-10 record for the 35-year-old, and he's pretty consistent. This year he has won 8. Last year he won 8 with almost the identical earned run average. And 2 years ago as a rookie, when he won 8, his ERA at 3.7. The one problem for Hiroki Kuroda, and it's a problem for just about everybody, but the Dodgers are not getting him any runs. His run support, 1.9 runs every 9 innings. So he's behind Roy Oswalt and Jeff Karstens, but that's a struggle for him indeed. So he comes in 8-10, 1-0 against Washington, and ready to go to work now against Bernardina, Desmond, and Zimmerman. Roger Bernardina will start it off. Bernardina, it would be interesting if he should face Henley Jansen, because Roger also is from Curaçao in the Netherlands. He's 6'2", 200. 26 years old, a very good defensive outfielder. Not quite sure if he'll hit enough yet. And the left-hand batter takes off the plate, ball 1, 1-0. Interesting, a close inspection of Bernardina. When he's ahead in the count, he's hitting only 194. Kuroda comes back with a fastball low, 2-0, so Bernardina is ahead of the count. When he is behind in the count, he's hitting 333. So sometimes this has no explanation. 2-0 pitch on the way, and he shies away, but a breaking ball in for a strike. 2-1 the count. So Hiroki Kuroda trying to get his 9th win of the year, and Hiroki working on the leadoff man Roger Bernardina, who holds up on a pitch off the plate, and the count runs to 3-1. Bernardina, as we mentioned, a fine outfielder, but he paid the price. Last year he broke his right ankle making a great running catch on a ball hit by Dan Uggla of the Florida Marlins, and he takes ball 4. So Bernardina goes to first base on the walk, and Ian Desmond will be coming up. We'll take a look at the Dodgers with the leather, Posednik, Kemp, and Ethier in the outfield. The infield of Blake, Carroll, Terrio, and Loney, and the battery of Kuroda and Hausman. So Ian Desmond coming up at the plate. Bernardina, the runner, over at first, and by the way, Bernardina has been picked off 4 times, so the Dodgers will keep an eye on him. Obviously, an adventuresome runner. Bernardina has stolen 8 out of 10. The Kuroda, a high set, comes to Desmond in for a strike, and the count 0-1. Ian Desmond, among other things for the Nationals this year, hitting 800 with the bases loaded, and usually he's not up there very long. He ranks certainly in the top 10 in the lowest number of pitches for an at-bat. The strike 1 pitch, sure enough, swung on, popped up. Loney coming down the line in the lane, now in foul ground, and makes the catch. So Desmond does what he normally does, doesn't hang around, and he fouls out. 1 away, Bernardina at first base, and Ryan Zimmerman coming up. Ryan Zimmerman, among other things, has been getting on base. In fact, he's gotten on base 22 straight games. But he's not the kind of guy who's just going to walk. His slugging average is about 795. He's hitting 300, 21 home runs, 61 runs batted in, and what a right hook and a left cross with the hitter Zimmerman, and on deck Adam Dunn. And the first pitch in for a strike, and the count 0-1. So Zimmerman looking over at third to his coach Pat Listash. Last night's game, Zimmerman walked and singled. He was on base twice when Adam Dunn came up and each time hit a 3-run home run. 0-1 the count. Out of a stretch goes Kuroda, watching Bernardina, and decides to throw over there, and Roger diving back. Actually, his name is Roger Vin. It's Rogervin, but they all call him Roger. 0-1 the count. Zimmerman waiting, Kuroda very deliberate. Now he comes with a fastball, and that's drilled. Back goes Matt Kemp to the track at the wall. It is gone. And so the amazing note about the Washington Nationals, they are #1 since the All-Star break in hitting home runs on the road. That's the 20th home run they've hit on the road since the All-Star game. And just like that, it's 2-0 in favor of Washington. Fastball knee high, and Zimmerman all over it for his 22nd home run of the year. 63 RBIs. And now big Adam Dunn. And of course, Zimmerman gets 5 in the dugout. Dunn doesn't need much of an introduction as he checks in at the plate. And Adam looks at a strike, and the count 0-1. The big boy out of Texas, and he is big, and when you see him you think, boy, I bet he can hit the ball hard, and the answer is yes, he can. He leads the National League, 30 home runs, tries to golf one, doesn't get it. He also strikes out a lot and backs off from the plate to think things over. Adam has struck out 133 times, but with the 30 home runs, 77 runs batted in. Dunn is listed at 6'6" and about 270. Chases a bad ball, slider down and away. So last night 2 home runs. Tonight he strikes out on 3 pitches. And the batter will be Josh Willingham. Ball and the bottom of it just dropping out. Adam had already committed, couldn't hold up, and he strikes out on a pitch out of the strike zone. So as Dunn goes back to the dugout, Josh Willingham is coming up, and the Nationals are leading 2-0. Kuroda into his windup, ready and deals, and Willingham takes low, ball 1. Josh batting .269. He has 15 home runs, 54 runs batted in. Right-hand batter out of Florence, Alabama, and he went to the University of North Alabama. Swings, hits a ground ball to short. Jamie Carroll is on it, straightens up and throws him out. That's the inning, but not before the Nationals and Ryan Zimmerman get on the board. Zimmerman hits his 22nd, and it is 2-0 Washington. Stay very long at first base. He's now been on base 23 consecutive games. Here comes the Dodgers trying to dig themselves out of a hole. Posednik, Theriot, and Ethier, Loney, Kemp, and Blake, Carroll, Ausmus, and Kuroda. And on the mound, certainly somebody they know very well, and that would be Livan Hernandez, making his 32nd start against the Dodgers. Big right-hander flips the first one high, ball one, 1-0. If ever there was a story, an interesting story about the defection of a Cuban player, it would be the story of Livan Hernandez. The 1-0 pitch on the way is outside, ball two. First of all, he's 6'2", 245, 35 years old, from Villa Clara in Cuba. That was where Fidel Castro was sent to prison about 50 years ago. Fly ball to left field, moving under it, he's willing hand to make the catch. So Posednik, a fly ball to left and one away. Let's get back to Hernandez if you don't know the story. As a young baseball player, he often thought about defection, and he left the Cuban national team in 1995 while training in Monterrey, Mexico. But here's the part that sounds like a movie. He was working out with his team, and a young woman approached him with an autograph book. Well, he'd seen that happen a lot. And when he took the pen, the woman flipped open the book to the center of the book. The pitch to Theriot, a strike, 0-1. And in the center of the book, there was a photo that had been pasted. It was El Gordo, the fat man. Can't you just hear the music? Theriot hits one foul off first, out of play, and the count 0-2. They say Livan, when he saw the picture of the fat man, he just froze. He had seen him several times before in Japan, Venezuela, the USA, wherever the Cubans had played. The fat man had been lurking in the shadows, back rooms of restaurants, small hotels. Here's the strike two pitch to Ryan Theriot, and that's high, ball one. Well, a woman slipped a piece of paper into Hernandez's hand. There was a telephone number on it, and all she said to him was, call him. Well, he called the fat man. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Ryan Theriot, grounded to the right side. A great stop by Adam Kennedy to throw him out. So Theriot, whose half of his hits just about seemed to go the other way, robbed of a hit by Kennedy. Adam flashing to his left. Nice glove stop, dropped down and spun around. Came right back up as if he had been kneeling on a turntable, and he throws out Theriot. So Andre Ethier comes up. Where were we? Oh, yeah, the fat man. He had called him in the hotel, and sure enough, the fat man was waiting in the hotel room. They had a spirited conversation. The pitch to Andre Ethier, breaking ball low, ball one. Livan told the fat man, come pick me up. And at 1 o'clock in the morning in a restaurant parking lot in an old industrial section of Monterrey, Mexico, there was Livan Hernandez meeting El Gordo. The 1-0 pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. At 1 o'clock in the morning, Hernandez was carrying a single bag and he was crying. The fat man stepped out of the car so Livan could see him, and the player raced across the dark street. But all of a sudden he saw an approaching car. Ethier takes in there 1-2 to count. The car swerved at the last instant. Hernandez reached the other side safely, and the fat man hugged him before urging him to get into his car. Next morning they were in Mexico City. A day later they were on a plane to Venezuela, and here he is on the mound at Dodger Stadium. Brum. The 1-2 pitch is outside, ball two. So the story of Livan Hernandez, who meanwhile, once he got over here, was signed by the Marlins in '96, came up that very year, and he's been up basically in the major leagues ever since. The 2-2 pitch to Andre Ethier, off-speed breaking ball at his feet, ball three, 3-2. Hernandez is in better shape, they say, than he's been in a couple of years. Spent the winter making sure he would toughen up. Pitching from the first base side of the rubber. Livan just turns, 3-2 pitch coming up, and Ethier grounds it foul, out of play. Washington leading the Dodgers 2-0 in the first inning on a home run by Ryan Zimmerman, his 22nd. He has 63 runs batted in, and the big third baseman who helped beat the Dodgers with his glove last night helps Washington get off on the right foot with his bat. The 3-2 pitch, and Ethier probably whacks one into right field, back just about to the track, and making the catch and putting it away is Michael Morse. So Ethier a long out to right. The Dodgers go 1-2-3, and the pride of El Gordo, Hernandez, walks off leading 2-0. Ivan Hernandez put the Dodgers down on 14 pitches. Now it'll be Michael Morse, followed by Ivan Rodriguez and Adam Kennedy, and Kuroda ready to go to work. Adam waiting on deck as Morse takes a look at his strike, and the count 0-1. Michael Morse, at least in the early going, hitting .327, but he has done a lot of damage against right-hand pitching. He was hitting .404 against them when he got here, and he hits a fly ball to center. Kemp going back has a play and makes the catch for the out. So Michael Morse a fly ball to dead center, one down, and Ivan Rodriguez coming up. Interesting what players do with the count. We were talking about one who doesn't do well when he's got the count his way and then does very well when he's in a hole. Rodriguez, when he's ahead in the count, is hitting .438. So Ivan batting .264, 2 home runs, 30 runs batted in. Kuroda into the windup, and the first pitch down and away, ball 1, 1-0. We were talking about Rodriguez last night, the fact that he hit a home run at Chase Field over in Arizona. He has homered in 35 parks now. The 1-0 pitch on the way is taken for a strike. Mike Piazza homered in 40 before Hemamunk. Javi Lopez homered in 36. And Rodriguez 35. And he has a chance for Citi Field in New York. They haven't played there that much. And October 1, 2, and 3, he will be in New York for a chance to make number 36. 307 home runs with 300 as a catcher, and he promptly bangs it up the middle for a base hit. So Rodriguez, who's going to be 39 in November, a one-out single, and the batter will be Adam Kennedy. So Pudge held on by Loney. Kennedy appeared as a pinch hitter last night and struck out. Adam hitting .261. 3 home runs, 21 runs batted in. Adam, growing up here in Southern California, he's from Riverside. He had a batting cage in his backyard. And even though he uppercuts the ball, he's had a wonderful career. So Kennedy at the plate takes a look at a strike, and the count 0-1. Probably the greatest day in Adam Kennedy's baseball career would be October the 13th, 2002. That was Game 5 of the American League Championship Series. He had 13 total bases in Game 5 as he fouled this one away, including 3 home runs. He was named the most valuable player of the American League Championship Series. Spent 7 years with the Angels, and of course he was with the Angels when he had that big moment in his young life. But he was originally drafted by the Cardinals. Pretty big names with 3 home runs in a postseason game. Strike 2 pitch on the way is high. Ball 1, 1-2. We mentioned it again last night. Another wonderful moment, I guess, in a way. Adam Kennedy had an 18-pitch at bat. That reminds you of Alex Cora when he was with the Dodgers. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and Adam takes off the plate. 2-2. It was against Milwaukee's Luis Vizcaíno. Fouled off 13 pitches and eventually got a walk and a standing ovation. Last year he hit .307 with 10 of his 11 home runs against right-handers. Kuroda ready in the 2-2 pitch. Adam fouls it away. Still 2-2. Kennedy, born and raised and still lives in Riverside. He went to Cal State Northridge. His dad was the baseball coach at J.W. North High School in Riverside. And they won a title with Adam playing short and his kid brother Brian playing third base. 2-2 to Adam Kennedy. Throw to first by Kuroda. Jumping back on the bag is Rodriguez. Rodriguez, we mentioned, will be 39. He has stolen 2 bases and he's been caught 3. If he's going, you have to figure hit and run. 2-2 the count to Kennedy. Out of a stretch goes Kuroda. Washington leads 2-0, and Kennedy probably hits it into left center for a base hit. Cutting it off is Posednik. Stopping at second is Rodriguez. So Hiroki now gave up a walk and a home run in the first inning, and with 1 out, back-to-back singles here in the second. And the batter will be Livan Hernandez. Hernandez has 5 hits. He has only struck out 6 times, and he has 9 sacrifices. So what do you think the chances are of him trying to just lay one down? Open stance, right-hand batter. Dodgers bring up the corners. They're looking bunt. 2 on, 1 out, 2-0 Washington. He shows bunt, drops it foul behind the plate, and the count 0-1. Pat Listosh coaching at third, hanging out a sign. The runners are reading him. So is Hernandez. No balls and 1 strike to count. Rodriguez at second, Kennedy at first. Loney ready to come to the plate. The next pitch, a bunt attempt, and it's missed. And the count 0-2. So Hernandez, who does everything almost casually, although that's the exterior, inside, to have played as long as he has played and to have been as successful as he has been successful, you know he's quite a competitor. But it looks like he's doing everything with a ho-hum, but he's not. 0-2 the count. Kuroda again ready, and so is Hernandez to try to bunt. Flicks at it and misses, and down he goes. So Livan Hernandez, unable to help his own cause, strikes out while trying to bunt. Jim Ringelman down in the dugout. This would be just a little myth. Of course, for Jim to come to Dodger Stadium, he used to coach here for the Dodgers and was originally a 4th-round draft pick by the Dodgers in 1974. His home is Rockville, Maryland, and a really nice guy. So with 2 out, 2 on, here's the leadoff man, Roger Bernardina. And the first pitch of the left-hand hitter in for a strike, and the count 0-1. Bernardino with Sock, he has 7 home runs, 31 runs batted in, and as we told you, has stolen 8 out of 10. 0-1. The kid from Curacao, another one. Swings, hits a little foul off to the left of the plate. Ausmus had no idea where the ball went, and it landed in the box seats closest to the Dodger dugout, just behind the on-deck circle. Brad looks up, gestures, where? Tell me where. Where in the world are you? So 0-2 the count to Bernardina, who walked in the first inning. We told you he's more dangerous when he's in a hole at the plate, and he's in that spot right now, 0-2. Kuroda, a look at the runners. Hiroki delivers, swung on and fouled back, and it's still 0-2. Roger Bernardina. Another of the many young players with Washington, a ball club that's improved, as we mentioned in our opening remarks. They're ahead of last year's victories, a month ahead, in fact. Strike 2 pitch, way outside, one-handed by Ausmus, and the count 1-2. The more you look at Washington, the more you realize they've had one bad month. That was the month of June. Everything soured on them. They were 8-19 in June. But it is definitely an optimistic organization. They feel they are definitely going in the right way. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Bernardina, swung on and fouled back again. Meanwhile, in the dugout, Steven Strasburg. We understand, we were told he wanted to pitch here, but they were afraid. He has a lot of relatives and friends. They were really leery that he would actually try to do too much and hurt himself. So he'll stay and pitch on Tuesday in Washington before a sellout crowd, of course. 1-2 the count to Bernardina. Kuroda trying to get out of a jam here. 2 on and 2 out. And the pitch swung on and popped up. Jamie Carroll, the shortstop, waiting, makes the catch, and that'll do it. So no runs, 2 hits and 2 left. Kuroda walks off at the end of an inning and a half. 2-0 Nationals. In the first inning, we now go to the bottom of the second. 2-0 Nationals for the Dodgers. James Loney, Matt Kemp, and Casey Blake in that order. I've been thinking, you want to cast the movie Just One Roll, the movie involving Livan Hernandez and the Fat Man? I don't know if you can go back years in movies. Do you remember Sidney Greenstreet? If you remember Sidney Greenstreet, he would be El Gordo, the Fat Man. Well, here's Loney hitting .286 with 8 home runs, 66 runs batted in. James takes a strike, and the count 0-1. The Diamondbacks leading the Padres 5-3 in the 7th inning. The Rockies and the Pirates tied up 5-5 in the 10th. Loney hits a ground ball to Adam Dunn, and he takes it to the bag, and we have one away. And the Braves shut out the Giants 3-0. Tim Hudson pitched 8 innings, a 3-hit shutout ball to win his 13th. He beat Matt Cain. Cain, a good pitcher who just has trouble winning, had one bad inning when the Braves scored all 3 of their runs, 2 courtesy of a Troy Gloss single, and Billy Wagner picked up his 27th save. In the 9th inning, he struck out the side. Game played in Atlanta. Now at the plate is Matt Kemp, and he takes off the plate. Ball 1, 1-0 the count. Livan Hernandez and Matt Kemp. Matt is 4 for 7 against him. Hernandez comes back 1-0 and sneaks it in there for a strike. 2-0 the count. Changed up in the low 70s, came back with an 81-mile-an-hour fastball. Livan, a gum chewer, turns on the rubber, and the 1-1 big sweeping breaking ball. Curveball at 62 miles an hour, and a 2-ball 1-strike count. So we've seen a fastball at 81. We saw the changeup at 70, and we saw a curveball at 61. You get the idea of how Livan Hernandez pitches. The 2-1 pitch to Matt Kemp. Fastball. Matt swung on, hit in the air to right field. Very catchable. And Michael Morse is there at the other end of it. And we have 2 down in the 2nd inning. You know, Saturday, August 21st, the Dodgers invite fans to bring their own Dodger dog to the stadium for their inaugural Bark in the Park, presented by Natural Balance. Fans must purchase special event tickets in the all-you-can-eat pavilion to take part in the fun. For details, visit Dodgers.com. Bark in the Park. Casey Blake hitting .249. Hernandez throws hard, 81, misses outside, ball 1. Casey Blake hitting .400 against Hernandez. Livan turns, ready, and comes right back 1-0, and this one's in at the knees. 1-1 the count. Hernandez, much traveled, played with the Marlins and the Giants, the Expos and the Nationals. He gets a strike to Casey Blake. Then the Diamondbacks and the Twins, then the Rockies and the Mets, and then back with the Nationals. So that's 9 different teams, although the same club representing the Nationals, but still a lot of moving around. Fastball hit in the air to right field. Morse has a play, the Morse code, and down go the Dodgers in the 2nd inning. And a nice walk in the park for Livan at the end of 2-0 Washington. Boy, am I getting the heat about Sidney Greenstreet. First of all, he was born in 1879, but he really was a terrific actor in a lot of Humphrey Bogart movies. The first pitch now to Ian Desmond, the shortstop, swung on and missed. 0-1. Ian likes that first pitch, and as we mentioned earlier, he doesn't usually hang around very long at the plate. Strike one pitch coming up, and the right-hand batter is after that and fouls it away, and the count 0-2. He's hitting .263, 7 home runs, 45 runs batted in, and looks like a good ball player. Ian Desmond. Kuroda rocks and turns, comes back, strike 2, and it's swung on and missed, and down goes Desmond. So we have 1 out in the 3rd inning, and the batter will be Ryan Zimmerman.
Batting next, third baseman, number 11, Ryan Zimmerman.
It was Zimmerman who came up with Bernardina aboard in the 1st inning and hit his 22nd home run of the year, averaging 26 home runs in his first 3 full seasons. One of the outstanding young players in the league. And the pitch to him is down and away. Ball 1, 1-0. Zimmerman batting .302, 22 home runs, 63 runs batted in, and has reached first safely 23 straight games. The 1-0 pitch on the way, and that's taken for a strike. 1-1. Ryan Zimmerman really came of age. People really were aware of him last year. He was an all-star. He won his first Gold Glove, and he won his first Silver Bat. He had 33 home runs and 106 runs batted in. He takes inside, ball 2-1 the count. Comes from an amazing little area, Sandbridge in Virginia Beach. Boy, when you hear the people who came from that area, they must have had a lot of fun playing different kinds of ball. Zimmerman fouls it away, 2-2. Plus, of course, that home run that he hit in the 1st inning. Ryan just walked up, got a fastball down around the knees. Adios. He hits it right off the hitter's background in center field. So 2-2 the count. The area where he's from produced Allen Iverson, Alonzo Morgan, Michael and Marcus Vick. The next one is swung on and missed. David Wright comes from that area, and so did the Upton boys, BJ and Justin. However, this time Zimmerman rides the elevator from the penthouse to the basement. 2 strikeouts in the 3rd inning, and the batter will be Adam Dunn. Dunn hitting .279, 30 home runs, 77 runs batted in. A big hitter who swings and doesn't get it. When he puts that first pitch in play, he's hitting about .390. It's his 1,400th career game. He has 346 career home runs. And the strike 1 pitch on the way. Adam fouls it away. The Dodgers do with him what they did with Adrian Gonzalez. They load up the right side, the little triangle defense, which really plagued Adrian Gonzalez. He went something like 1 for 15 against Torrey's defensive alignment. So we'll see what happens with Dunn. The strike 2 pitch, Adam looks at ball 1. Of course, with Adam Dunn, he strikes out a lot, and when he does make contact, pretty much a fly ball hitter. He has only grounded into 3 double plays all year. The one knock on Dunn, I guess you'd have to say, his batting average with men in scoring position. He's hitting only .215, but he can hit. Number 1 in the league with 30 home runs. Toronto Blue Jays today had 8 home runs in a game. The 1-2 pitch to Adam Dunn with that wide open stance, swung on and foul back. As a left-hand hitter, his right foot is really far away from home plate, but then he swings that right leg back in as he's about ready to unload. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Interesting, he averages a good 4 pitches in at bat. He takes off the plate. 2-2 the count. He's been averaging a home run every 13 to 14 at bats. 2-2 pitch to Adam Dunn. Swung on, popped foul off to the left. No play for Ausmus. For Adam Dunn, with his 30 home runs, 15 of them have been hit at home, and then by hitting 2 last night, 15 on the road. (21 of the 30 home runs against right-hand pitching. Kuroda delivers. Dunn swings, strikes out again. So last night 2 home runs in his first 2 at-bats. Tonight 2 strikeouts in his first 2 at-bats. So it goes for a home run hitter, and it's still 2-0 Nationals. Two to nothing on a home run by Ryan Zimmerman with a man aboard in the first inning. Dodgers now will have Carroll, Ausmus, and Kuroda. And the first pitch from Hernandez up and in, ball 1, as Carroll ran up to bunt. Levon in the second inning made only 10 pitches, so he's made a total of 24 in the first 2 innings. Now the 1-0 pitch on the way, and that's his fastball for a strike. Although it's awfully hard, they call that pitch on the board a changeup. That would make it 2 miles difference between a changeup and a fastball. All right, 1 ball and 1 strike to Jamie Carroll. The next pitch foul back, and that runs the count 1-2. Levon Hernandez. Remarkable story, remarkable pitcher. Jamie Carroll hitting .429 against Hernandez. 6 for 14. Levon looks in, getting a sign from Rodriguez. And the 1-2 pitch on the way, swung on, hit near to right field, and Morse is there to handle it. So he's had 4 putouts in right field in 2 1/3 innings. You know, for a limited time, Dodger fans can experience the Baseline Box Club, a 4-game plan offering big savings, preferred parking, club access, and if you act now, an invitation to the Dodgers premium seating batting practice party. Give us a call. Either check Dodgers.com/baseline or call 323-224-1320. Here's Ausmus, and Brad takes a strike, and the count 0-1. Ausmus against Hernandez, hitting .323. The next pitch swung on, punched on the ground to the right side, and he makes the play easily. Though we have 2 down here in the 3rd inning, the Dodgers not able to do very much so far against Livan Hernandez. Hernandez has never, well, maybe 1 year he was a big winner. He won 17 with the Giants 10 years ago. He was 17-11. After that, twice he had 15, couple of 12-year wins, that kind of stuff. The pitch at the plate, outside, ball 1 to Kuroda. So Hernandez, who just looks like he's playing catch with Rodriguez, comes back 1-0, gets the fastball in, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. 35 years old, and the right-hander's 1-1 pitch on the way that just misses outside, ball 2, 2-1. Hiroki Kuroda is not about to open up a hitting school. He is 0 for 35, strikes out about half the time. And the 2-1 pitch swung on, line drive, and wouldn't you know, Adam Kennedy takes a hit away from it. So Hiroki looking for his first base hit, and Kennedy climbs the ladder. It's nighttime robbery, and it's still 2-0 Nationals. Your baseball on Prime Ticket is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Right now, get Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo served with curly fries and a drink for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. And by your Southern California Ford dealers, where you'll find the new Transit Connect. Check it out at scforddealers.com. The Washington Nationals, a 2-run home run in the first inning by Ryan Zimmerman. And after that, Kuroda and Hernandez are locked in. 2-0 Nationals, 4th inning. It will be Willingham, Morse, and Rodriguez. They're in the bottom of the 10th inning in Pittsburgh. The Rockies are leading the Pirates 7-5. Pirates had a 5-2 lead in the 9th inning. And the Rockies' Ian Stewart tied it up with a home run with 2 on. In the 10th inning, Todd Helton hit a go-ahead 2-run home run, only his 3rd of the year, and Houston Street is trying to close it. The pitch in for a strike to Willingham. 0-1. In the bottom of the 10th inning with Pittsburgh hitting, we understand there was a disputed call about a home run. It was called a home run, and now they have taken it down. And it's going to be ruled a double instead of a home run. So Colorado is leading 7-5 with a runner at second in the bottom of the 10th. 0-2 to Willingham. Kuroda gets it in there. Strike 3 call, 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Willingham walks away. That's 6 strikeouts for Kuroda. He struck out the side in the 3rd inning, so now he has 4 in a row. Michael Morse flied to center in the 2nd inning. Morse is going to be busy because Hernandez has the Dodgers hitting the other way. They're not able to pull him at all. So that means there's an awful lot of movement on the ball coming up to the plate. You look at the Dodgers, Posednik, left-hand batter. He flied to left. Terrio, right-hand batter. He grounded to second. Kemp, right-hand batter, flied to right. Casey Blake, right-hand batter, flied to right. Jamie Carroll, right-hand batter, flied to right. Brad Ausmus, right-hand batter, grounded to second. So Livan Hernandez has only made 34 pitches in 3 innings. Hard ground ball, great stop by to throw him out. Casey's so good at diving at that ball hit to his left side. Almost invariably he'll come up with it and then scrambles to his feet and gets his man. Fine play by Casey. 2 out in the 4th. And Pudge Rodriguez coming up. Rodriguez single to center in the 2nd inning. The veteran catcher hitting .267. So Rodriguez will be 39. Hernandez is 35. Hiroki Kuroda 35. In there. 1-1. The plate umpire is Jim Joyce, and you may remember that he caught a lot of headlines and caught a lot of other stuff as well in a game involving the Chicago White Sox. Pitch hit foul down the line, out of play. Jim has been umpiring for 23 years. He went to Bowling Green University, received a Bachelor of Science degree in education. May be related to the Irish author James Joyce, maybe. Little ground ball. That'll be that. So that's 8 in a row retired by Hiroki Kuroda, but he walks off losing 2-0. Dodger Baseball on Prime Ticket is brought to you by Toyota. Get a great deal on Toyota's full line of hybrid and fuel-efficient vehicles at your Toyota dealer today. By K-Swiss and by Jack Daniels. Bottom of the 4th inning, 2-0 in favor of the Washington Nationals. And we will see now, second time around, as Posednik takes ball one. One and oh the count. Scotty flied to left field in the first inning. Always a threat to bunt. That's a strike. 1-1. Zimmerman plays up even with the bag at third. The only two Dodgers to pull the ball, Andre Ethier flied to right field. James Loney grounded to first. And a strike. 1-2. So Levon has retired 9 in a row. An absolutely effortless performance so far. Two and two. Two to nothing Nationals, bottom of the fourth. And a high fly ball to center. Going back for it is Bernardino to make the catch. Go along out to center, one away. And the batter will be Ryan Theriot. Theriot went the other way, grounded to the right side. He has 28 hits this year on the first pitch. Let's see what happens now. He bunts. Foul. 0-1 the count to Ryan Theriot. Ryan hitting .283, 1 home run, 23 runs batted in. You can understand why he was such a favorite with Lou Piniella and the Chicago Cub fans. 0-1 on that corner. 0-2. Levon grew up in an area in Cuba called the Isle of Pines. And to use the old baseball expression, he sent a lot of guys back to the Pine. Time loose as a beach ball out there in left field. 1-2 to count. Remember El Duque, Orlando Hernandez, his half brother. El Duque about 10 years older. 1-2. Slap down the right field line, foul. 82-mile-an-hour fastball, and Theriot just going with it. So Hernandez has retired 9 in a row. One ball was hit pretty hard. That was the ball hit of all people by Hiroki Kuroda, and a leaping one-hand catch by Adam Kennedy prevented it from going into right field for a base hit. It would have been his only hit of the year. 1-2 to Theriot. 2-2. Ted Lilly will be on the mound tomorrow for the Dodgers against Jason Marquis. Jason's had about 6 rehab starts, and of course Lilly was brilliant last time he pitched. 2-2. Off speed and by the diving Kennedy, and that breaks it. A 64-mile-an-hour little breaking ball, and Theriot punches it just by Kennedy. Hit number 1.
16, Andre Ethier.
So Andre Ethier coming up. So near and yet so far for Adam Kennedy. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Nationals. No runs, 1 hit for the Dodgers. And now Ethier has flied to right field in the first inning. He has a home run in the past against Hernandez. One away. And a drive to right and deep. This one is off the wall. They will stop Terrio at third on a double by Andre Ethier. And the tying runs are out there. So Andre Ethier, who is really coming back, he has really put a good swing on his at-bats. Hits the base of the wall. And for Andre, moving with his 25th double. And the Dodgers now with runners at second and third, down 2-0, 1 out, 4th inning. James Loney trying to pick him up. James with 66 runs batted in, 8 home runs, hitting .285. Infield back. And ball 1. Loney had success against Hernandez. Grounded out sharply in the 2nd inning. So he is hitting .333 against him. So the tying runs, Terrio at third, Ethier at second, 1 away. 2-0 on that changeup. At Pittsburgh, remember we were talking about the home run that was taken down and was ruled a double. Well, it didn't help the Rockies. Pedro Alvarez just hit a 3-run walk-off home run against Houston Street, and the Pirates beat the Rockies 8-7 in 10. First base open, ball 3, and waiting on deck, Matt Kemp. One out here in the 4th inning. Nationals scored twice in the first on a 2-run home run by Ryan Zimmerman. And the 3-0 pitch to James Loney. They let him swing 3-0, 3-1. Loney has only struck out 64 times all year, and he has enough pop to get the green light 3-0. Figure they green light him 3-1 if he likes the spot. Oh, big breaking ball missed. So the bases are loaded with 1 out. And Hernandez wants to talk to Rodriguez. And the batter will be Matt Kemp. Hernandez appears a little upset. I think he thought this was a strike. It started to come back, but it didn't come back enough for him. And it missed the outside corner. So the bases are loaded. Matt Kemp flied to right field in the 2nd inning. And the Nationals lead 2-0. Matt Kemp with 4 grand slams. Terrio, Ethier, and Loney out there. The infield back and double play depth. Kemp with 18 home runs, 60 runs batted in, and a strike. 0-1. Kemp with a golden opportunity. 4 slams, but he's also struck out 116 times. Infield back and double play depth. 0-1 to Matt. And a high fly ball to right field. That goes forward. The wall reaches up and takes a slam away. 1 run will score. The throw to double up Loney goes all the way to the backstop. So the run will be scored by Ethier, and the Dodgers tie it up on a gift. Morse took a grand slam home run away from Matt Kemp. 1 run scored. That was Terrio. And then as they tried to double up Loney getting back to first, a bad throw. Watch Morris go up and pull it back. So he got the out, but then the relay by Kennedy, there was nobody at first base. I'm not sure where Adam Dunn figured to be, but the run came in, and it's 2-2. So Kennedy will draw an error, throwing to an uncovered base. Loney advancing to second base on the play. On the catch by Michael Morse, going up the ladder and the glove just above the fence. Matt Kemp stood at home plate, then got to first base, bent over at the waist with both hands on his knees. It looked like somebody was going to get sick. But we have a 2-2 tie, and the batter is Casey Blake. A wonderful play by Michael Morse, who's been very busy. He's had 5 putouts, but that one was a tremendous one to save a grand slam. So 2 out, 1 ball and no strikes to Casey Blake, who flied to Michael Morse in the second inning. Right, 1-1. So Matt, a sacrifice fly, and Loney takes second on the error charge to Kennedy, trying to double him up without anybody covering the bag. So near and yet so far for Matt. One and one. Slow curveball that would break your back. 65 miles an hour on the gun. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Nationals. 2 runs, 2 hits for the Dodgers. One ball, 2 strikes. Little high with the fastball. 2-2. His fastball has not been clocked any more than 84. He's had a lot of them at 81. He's had that slow curveball at 64 and 65. That's an interesting picture, isn't it? 2-2. Slow curveball. Got to look like a basketball, and it was in the 60s, but it was the play by Michael Morse that has kept the game even. And at the end of 4, a 2-2 tie. Michael Morse took a grand slam home run away from him. He did get one RBI. And then Adam Kennedy just taking the throw from Morse and figuring that Adam Dunn would be at the bag, and he fires to first base, but Dunn isn't anywhere near the bag. Adam is on the grass on his way somewhere between first and home plate. Jim Riggleman walking by the big first baseman. 2-2 in the fifth inning. Foul ball. Kennedy single left field in the second inning. Adam hitting .264, 3 home runs, 21 runs batted in. Must be nice growing up with a batting cage in your backyard. That was a story on Adam as a kid. 1 ball and 1 strike. His dad, who coached him, the baseball team in high school, I think is still teaching history and sociology at the school. 1-1. Line drive foul. Kennedy 6'1", 195. With that uppercut swing, his high in home runs, 13 about 7 years ago with the Angels. He had 11 last year with the Oakland A's. One ball and 2 strikes. Fouled away. Adam was an All-American when he went to school at Cal State Northridge and then signed with the Cardinals. One and 2. And lifted in the air to shallow left. Coming in for it is Posednik. And we have one away in this 2-2 tie. Time for a trivia question. Ivan Rodriguez has won 13 Gold Gloves. Which 4 other players at any position have 13 or more? I mean, that's a lot of gold. That's a lot of money. Gold, about $1,200 an ounce, and he has 13 Gold Gloves. A strike to Hernandez, who struck out in the second inning trying to bunt. Oh and 1. Fouled away. So it's a no ball 2 strike count. Kuroda has faced 17 hitters, been ahead 0-2 to 9 of them. So he's throwing strikes after being punished in the first inning, walking the very first batter, Bernardina. And down goes Hernandez. Ten in a row retired by Hiroki Kuroda, and he has struck out 7 along the way. Strikeouts didn't really help Clayton Kershaw last night. He had 9, but he took it on the chin. So here now is the leadoff man, Roger Bernardina. Walked and popped to short. Dodgers defend against the bunt. They pull up the corners. Off speed. Ball 1. We're in the 5th. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Nationals. 2 runs, 2 hits for the Dodgers. Ground ball to Terrio. So another nice inning. It's 11 in a row retired by Kuroda, and he walks off even 2-2. Corona. Bottom of the fifth inning, 2-2. The screen attached to the pole that was hit last night by Adam Dunn, but it's still there, still holding on to the pole. It'll be Carroll, Ausmus, and Kuroda. Fastball for a strike, 0-1. Now that fastball was 79. A little earlier, they referred to it as a changeup, so he's tough to figure. Just even the velocity, never mind trying to hit him. Little slider kind of a pitch, 0-2. Two runs, 3 hits for the Nationals. They had a home run by Zimmerman. 2 runs, 2 hits for the Dodgers. A double by Ethier set it up. Fly ball to right field. Michael Morse coming up for it. So the Dodgers keep basically going the other way. 1 down. You know, a reminder, bring your kids to Dodger Stadium, and with the purchase of every adult ticket on the field or Lowe's level, kids 14 and under are just $5. For details, visit Dodgers.com/specials. San Diego trailing in the 9th inning. Got home runs to tie it up against Aaron Heilman. Jerry Hairston Jr. and Adrian Gonzalez have homered in the 9th. At one time, the Padres were down 5-0, and they've scrambled to tie it up 5-5. And that's bad news for the Giants, who were shut out in Atlanta. Well, of course, Padres haven't won yet. 0-1. Ausmus grounded the other way. Basically, that's what they're doing. Only a couple of balls pulled. Ethier's double, Ethier's fly ball to right, and Maloney's ground ball to first. Everything else, all the other guys going the other way, which means, since he is not overpowering anything but, there's a lot of movement on that pitch, late movement, and the hitters are just trying to go with it. Fouled away. Second deck, and then kicks on down below. Hope you might be with us tomorrow. It's the final game of the homestand, and Ted Lilly will be on the mound. Come on out, catch some rays. Then the Dodgers will take off a very tough road trip. They have 3 in Philadelphia and 4 in Atlanta. The 2-2 pitch to Ausmus. Ball 3. One of the tougher aspects of that next road trip, they finish in Atlanta on a Monday night. They play a 7:10 game in Atlanta on a Monday night. That means an all-night flight, and they play Colorado the next night. Curveball is lined to center for a base hit. The curveball is the one pitch that doesn't have a lot of movement, but you really have to wait on it, as the hitters say. Or you do what Casey Blake did. You just can't wait. But Ausmus did, and then just slapped it to center. There it is, and he just goes down and bangs it into center field. So that is the Dodgers' third hit. The bunt down to get it is Levon. Lobs it to Kennedy. So Kuroda moves his man along. You have Ausmus at second with 2 down, and we'll have a moment. So let's go to the answer of our trivia question. Remember, Ivan Rodriguez has won 13 Gold Gloves, which 4 other players at any position have 13 or more. Yep, Greg Maddux had 18. Another pitcher, left-hander Jim Cott, had 16. Then third baseman Brooks Robinson, 16. And the Wizard of Oz, Ozzie Smith, 13. So here's Posednik, fly to left, fly to center, trying to break the tie. Ball 1. Fastball clocked at 82. As we said, no fastball has been higher then 84. 1-0. Fastball, 2-0. Remember, we told you that San Diego had 2 home runs, Jerry Hairston Jr. and Adrian Gonzalez, to tie it up. 2 balls, no strikes. Ground ball right to Adam Kennedy. That'll be that. We can tell you that Chris Young just hit a walk-off home run against Luke Gregerson, and Arizona won 6-5. He called his career to an end in 1966. His left arm started to come like that, and I remember Sandy saying, I could pitch for another year or two, but I couldn't play golf. I couldn't follow through, so he gave it up. Well, 6 years later, at the tender age of 36, Sandy Koufax was inducted into the Hall of Fame on this day in 1972, 6 years after he called it a career. He was really something, not just the 4 no-hitters, the perfect game, but the fact that every time he went out to the mound, and the only time I've ever felt that way, you'd watch him pitch to the leadoff hitter. Fastball, boom, big curveball, and you'd suddenly say, wow, he might pitch another no-hitter. Never felt that way about anybody else. And with that, let's go back to this one. Yep, number 32, Sandy Koufax. 1 ball and no strikes now to Ian Desmond, who has fouled out, struck out, 0 for 2, hitting .262. That's a strike. So Kuroda and Hernandez. 2 35-year-olds locked in here, 2-2 in the 6th inning. Fastball. One and 2 to Ian Desmond. Home run by Ryan Zimmerman with Bernardina aboard, accounting for the 2 runs for the Nationals, who have hit 20 home runs on the road since the All-Star game, number 1 in the league. Fouled away. Desmond battling up there with 2 strikes. He is second in the National League with the highest strikeout to walk ratio. And down he goes. So Desmond strikes out a second time. And that will bring up Ryan Zimmerman. That's 8 strikeouts for Hiroki Kuroda. But Ryan Zimmerman didn't strike out. He made contact and hit it out. Hit it right on the hitter's black background in center field. With Bernardino aboard, his 22nd home run of the year. He has 63 runs batted in, and he has reached first base safely 23 straight. Ball 1. Nelson Cruz of Texas has an active streak. I don't know what he did today. Cruz has reached safely in 24, and a high fly ball to left. Plesednik to the track. So Zimmerman just misses hitting that one out. 2 down. And the batter will be Adam Dunn, who has struck out twice. Adam Dunn is the first to admit that he usually hits home runs in bunches. He'll go several games without any, then the next thing you know, he'll hit a couple over a span of 5 games. Though he had his 2 last night. Ball 1. And again, the Dodger defensive alignment. Jamie Carroll is on the right side, and Casey Blake all alone on the left. Little ground ball, and it will be Jamie Carroll. So that's 14 in a row retired by Hiroki Kuroda, and at the end of 5 1/2, a 2-2 tie. The catch by Michael Morse with the bases loaded as he takes a home run away from Matt Kemp. Ball would have gotten out easily, and he just brought it back in. Then the play went to Adam Kennedy, who whirled and fired to first. Adam Dunn was not at the bag as they tried to double up Loney, and that gave the Dodgers the tying run. So here is Terrio. And the strike. Terrio grounded out to the right side and single to center. Oh, and 1. Boy, that was some 9th inning in Arizona. Jerry Hairston Jr. and Adrian Gonzalez hit 2 home runs to tie it up 5-5. And the bottom of the 9th, Chris Young hits a home run against Luke Gregerson, and Arizona wins it 6-5. That's the favorite score. We've talked about it before. They polled thousands of fans years ago. What's your idea of the perfect game? And the perfect game was a game where the home team was either tied or trailing in the bottom of the 9th inning, and they won it 6-5. So in Arizona, they had the crowd-pleasing game, without a doubt. Although the spirits in the top of the 9th inning were as low as the Titanic, I guess. Two and two to Ryan Theriot. Fastball hit to right, and Morse goes back to get it. It's amazing, but again, as we say, there must be so much movement, late movement, and the hitters are just going with it, and they're going the other way. Michael Morse has really been busy. Six putouts, plus he had to go after the double by Ethier. Andre flied to right, double to right. Got his average back up to 300. 18 home runs, 63 runs batted in. Ball one. They call that a curveball, but there certainly wasn't any curve to it. It just floated away. One ball and no strikes. Popped up left side, going out for it is Desmond, calling all the way. So 2 out here in the 6th inning, and James Loney coming up.
Number 7, James Loney.
Hiroki Kuroda in his 6 innings has made only 79 pitches. Through 5 innings, Hernandez has made 71. James grounded to first and walked. 1 ball and no strikes. Two and 0. Not only quite a story, Livan Hernandez writing another fine chapter. In there. Turn the clock back to 1997. Livan was the MVP in both the National League Championship Series and the World Series. And his mom arrived from Cuba just in time to see him win it. In there again. Two and two. Ball 3. He's given up 2 runs, 3 hits, and 1 walk. Waiting on deck, Matt Kemp. Three and two. Breaking ball whacked to right field. One hopper. Ball still in play, but now they indicate no, it's a double. We were watching Jim Wolf, Randy's brother, running down the line to see if it would go into the stands, and I think maybe a fan touched it, and that was that. So Loney gets himself a 2-out double to right field. Jim Wolf, the first base umpire, running down the line with the ball. And watch that fan No, he didn't touch it. Just hit the wall, but then it bounced and hit that fan. And that put the play dead immediately. Grins all around. Yeah, that's using your head, pal. A 2-out double for Loney. And now Matt Kemp. And they're going to walk Kemp. They cut it too close with Matt Kemp in the 4th inning. They had no place to put him in the 4th, and he almost hit a grand slam home run except for the catch by Michael Morse. So Kemp getting the walk, and Casey Blake will be coming up. For Matt Kemp, this would be his 38th walk, but only the 3rd intentional walk he's received this year. Jim Riggleman deciding that was too close. First and second, 2 out. Casey Blake flied to right, and then if you were with us in the 4th inning, a couple of big, slow rainbow curveballs. Casey swung from the heels and came up empty. So let's see what kind of pitch he gets and what he does with it. The pride of Indianola, Iowa, who went to school at Wichita State. Shows him just off the plate with a fastball at 82. Ball 1. One and 0. That's a strike. 1-1. So he has that little slider which he always keeps down, that slow curveball. The slider he throws almost as hard as the fastball. Loney the tiebreaker at second with Kemp at first and 2 down. 1-1. Shows him a fastball, ball 2. Two runs, 3 hits for the Nationals. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Dodgers. 6th inning. Change just low, just a floater up there in the 60s. 3-1 to count. On deck, Jamie Carroll. The last time Livan Hernandez won here at Dodger Stadium, he was with Arizona. That was in August of 2007. Remember, they've beaten him 15 times. 3-1. Slow breaking ball for a strike. 3-2. So if you're Casey Blake, you're trying to mentally shuffle the cards. He struck me out on a slow curve. He's given me a showcase fastball, not even close. He's given me a slider. And now they're plotting. Meanwhile, Loney and Kemp ready to go. Steve McCatty, the pitching coach, talking to Jim Riggleman. A lot of experience out there on the mound as well as at the plate. 3-2 with 2 down. The first 21 batters that Livan Hernandez faced tonight, he had only 3 3-ball counts. He's had 3 3-ball counts on the last 3 batters. Big pitch, runners are ready to go. There they go. And the fastball is off the plate. So McCaddy will get on the phone. Levon with a bases loaded 2 out. Jamie Carroll twice fly to right field. And Carroll came into the game hitting .429 against Hernandez. That translates 6 for 14. So bases loaded, 2 out, a 2-2 tie in the 6th inning. Loney, Kemp, and Blake. Breaking ball, ball 1. Miguel Batista gets up down in the bullpen now for Washington. Another much traveled pitcher. Jamie hitting .275. Big ground ball up with it is Zimmerman on the bag, and that's the inning. No runs, a double, and 3 left. And at the end of 6, it remains a 2-2 tie. Hiroki Kuroda has struck out 8. We can take a look at 7 of them. One of them was the pitcher, Levon Hernandez, trying to bunt. Started with Adam Dunn following Zimmerman's home run. Then he got his 3rd, and it kept moving as he struck out the side in the 3rd inning. And he just kept throwing strikes. Hernandez has struck out twice, and his last strikeout was Ian Desmond. But he's also retired 14 in a row. For Kuroda came into this game where the Dodgers' run support was anything but. Not supportive at all, just 1.9. Here he is allowing 2 runs, and the best he can do is be tied. Ball 1 to Josh Willingham. Willingham grounded to short and struck out. Joel Peralta, a right-hander, is now throwing in the pen. Miguel Batista sat down. I love Miguel Batista. Did you read that story? Steven Strasburg was supposed to pitch, and they had a full house in Washington. And Strasburg in the bullpen just couldn't get loose. Well, he's so valuable, they weren't about to take a chance with him. So they pitched Miguel Batista. That's a fly ball to Pasetnik. Anyway, when Batista came in to pitch, the poor guy, without ever making a pitch, had the entire ballpark boo. But Batista is a poet and a writer, and he put things in proper perspective. After the game, he said, I could understand the crowd booing me. He said it was like expecting Miss America and getting Miss Iowa. Well, Iowa got all upset. What's wrong with Miss Iowa? So Washington did a smart thing. They had Miss Iowa come to the ballpark 2 days later and throw out the first pitch. And that made everybody happy. Morse flied to center, grounded to third. Casey took a hit away from him. Little dribbler by the mound. Charging Carroll picks it with the glove, throws and gets him. No bare hand pickup. Jamie went with the glove to make sure he could come up with it. The glove and the throw. So Morse, who made the defensive play of the night, has lost 2 possible hits on good defensive plays against him. Michael, of course, taking that grand slam away from Matt Kemp. So with 2 out, here's Rodriguez. Single to center, grounded to second. Rodriguez batting .262, but make it .266 with 2 home runs, 30 runs batted in. Way out in front of that. 0-1. Hiroki Kuroda is due to bat second when the Dodgers come up in the bottom of the 7th. 0-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kuroda walked the first man he faced. He has not walked another. One and 2 the count. Nationals got 2 in the first inning on the home run by Zimmerman. Dodgers came back in the 4th inning, loaded the bases. Kemp had a grand slam taken away by Michael Morse. 1 run scored, and then on Adam Kennedy's throw to first, Adam Dunn was not there, and the 2nd run scored. Nice play by Kuroda. So that means he has retired 17 in a row, and the best he can show for it, he's even. The crowd now invited to sing God Bless America and Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and join in the singing of God Bless America. Accompanied by Nancy B., please welcome Dodger Stadium employee and American Idol contestant, Jewel Sanchez.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Now, fans, it's time for the California Lottery 7th inning stretch. Be sure to play to make
tie. Hung Chi Kuo is beginning to loosen up in the Dodger bullpen. Brad Ausmus followed by Kuroda or a hitter. There's no one in the on-deck circle. And then Scott Posednik. Ball one. Ausmus grounded to second. Single to center. And a one-hopper right at Adam Kennedy. So with one away in the seventh inning, and the Dodgers struggling in a 2-2 tie, Reed Johnson comes off the bench, and he's going to bat for Kuroda. Kuroda made 88 pitches and turned in a remarkable performance. To give you an idea, 2/3 of the 21 outs, 14 of them came on at-bats of 3 or less pitches. I mean, he was perfect after the first couple of hitters. Remember, he walked Bernardina and hit the home run by Zimmerman. And after that, see you later. Brilliant. So 88 pitches, he goes out even 2-2. And now let's see about Reed Johnson against Hernandez. Fastball hit down the right field line, and Reed is on his way for 2. So a one-out double to right field by Reed Johnson, and the Dodgers have a chance to break the tie. Johnson, which is typical of all the Dodger hitters anyway, goes the other way. So the right-hand hitter lines a double into the right field corner. And now Posednik and Terrio trying to get him home. For Johnson, his 9th double of the year. Hit number 5 for the Dodgers. And ball one. Ian Desmond will try to bird dog Johnson and take a step away from him out there at second base if he can. He does have the luxury of a left-hand hitter in Posednik. Posednik went the other way with a fly ball to left field, his first at bat. This time he pulls a hopper to Kennedy. 2 down, and Johnson advances to third. And the batter will be Ryan Terrio.
Second baseman, number 13, Ryan Terrio.
Terrio grounded to second, single to center, fly to right. As we always do when there's a runner at third for anybody, we look to see about wild pitches. Hernandez, whom you know just watching the game does not throw hard, has 1 wild pitch. Terrio hitting .284, 1 home run, 23 runs batted in, fouls it away. So the pride of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and LSU, Ryan Terrio. One ball and 1 strike. Last year with the Cubs, Terrio had 54 runs batted in. That would be his high in his young career. He's been up since 2005. He's trying to get Reed Johnson home from third. Levon Hernandez, by the way, probably pitching his last inning. He's due to bat second in the 8th inning. 1-1. Ball 2. Doug Slayton and Joel Peralta down in the pen. Slayton, a left-hander. You know, by the way, if this becomes a battle of the bullpens, would you believe that Washington's bullpen has been much better than the Dodger bullpen since the All-Star break? That might surprise you. 2-1 to Terrio. Ball 3. On deck, Andre Ethier. And it could be that Slayton would be brought in, the left-hander, to pitch to Ethier. Yeah, since the All-Star break, Washington's bullpen's earned run average is 3.2. The Dodger bullpen, 5.1. And Johnson at third. Time called by Jim Joyce, was called by Pudge Rodriguez. Three and one to Terrio. And a strike. So a big pitch now, one way or another, with Andre Ethier waiting on deck. Breaking ball got him. A tantalizing curveball that just seemed to slide away at the end of the bat. For the Dodgers, no runs, a pinch hit double, a man left at the end of 7, 2-2. Inning, Berardino aboard, 1 out, and Ryan Zimmerman hits his 22nd home run of the year, 2-0 Washington. Then you move to the 4th inning, bases loaded. Matt Kemp looks like he's hit a grand slam, except Michael Morse takes it away from him. 1 run scores on the play, another scores on the overthrow at first, and here we go in the 8th inning with the Hyundai keys to the game. The bat of Zimmerman and the glove of Michael Morse. The Dodgers bring in Hong-Chi Kuo. Livan Hernandez is saying good night. Turned in a tremendous effort, as did Kuroda. In fact, I guess you could say both pitchers well enough to win, and it's just as well that neither one could lose. So it's the battle of the bullpens. And Hong-Chi Kuo will be pitching to Adam Kennedy to start it off. Kuo with a record of 3-1. Adam Kennedy singled to left, flied to left, and Kuo brought in to neutralize him. The first pitch lifted, moving over is Posednik, and 1 pitch, 1 away. We'll have a pinch hitter now, just recently called up, and that would be Kevin Mensch. Mensch is from Wilmington, Delaware, went to the University of Delaware. He was at Syracuse when they called him up. He lives in Newark, Delaware. born and raised about 25 miles from Philadelphia. And a strike to Kevin. He's an even 6, certainly well put together, 225 pounds, 32 years old. Oh and 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. You know, one thing about Kevin Mensch, they always tease him about the fact that he has a big head. One of the jokes, somebody will holler, "Hey, Kevin, can I borrow your hat band? I need a belt." 2 and 1. So maybe we'll have a hats off contest. We do know Bruce Bochy, the manager, has a size 8 head. Mensch, good humored. 2 and 1. One day when the players came back into the locker room, there was a big beach towel tacked to the bulletin board, and there was a note attached to it. It said, "Kevin Mensch washcloth night." But he takes it in stride. 3 and 1. And a ground ball up the middle. Base hit. I was asking someone last night, I assume this is accurate, about the word mensch. In the Jewish language, if you added an S to the name, mensch, M-E-N-S-C-H, it would mean a stand-up guy, a great guy. And he is, without the S, with the sizable head. So Kevin Mensch, a pinch hit single. And the batter now, Bernardina. So 2 pinch hits tonight. Reed Johnson a double. Now Mensch a single. And a drag bunt by the mound. Charging and making the play too late is Terrio. Great effort. And a great bunt by Bernardina. Boy, he went flying down the line. Remember, he's stolen 8 out of 10, but that was a beauty of a bunt. So the single by Mensch, the drag bunt by Bernardina, and that brings up Ian Desmond. Terrio did everything that you could possibly ask, but it was too late. Justin Maxwell is now going to run for Kevin Mensch. And Maxwell, who struck out 3 times while playing, in fact 4 times while playing center field last night, runs exceptionally well. So Kevin's base hit, the bunt, and Washington's in business against Crow. Now Desmond fouled out and struck out twice. Oh and 1. A 2-2 tie in the 8th inning, each side with 5 hits. 0 and 2. Desmond has struck out 70 times, about 25% of the time at least. Quote, trying to ring him up. No throw. Oh and 2 to Desmond with Zimmerman on deck. 1 out. Got it. So Desmond strikes out 3 times tonight. And with 2 down, the batter will be Ryan Zimmerman. Oh, by the way, a note on Quo. You know how he has mastered left-hand batters. That drag bunt single by Bernardina, just the second by a left-hand hitter against Quo this year. Left-handers are 2 for 40. Adrian Gonzalez had the other hit. So Maxwell at second, Bernardina at first, 2 out. And here is Zimmerman hitting .301. Fastball strike. Hung-Chi Kuo against Zimmerman. They have not faced each other before. On deck is Adam Dunn. And Kuo has struck him out 3 out of 7. 0-1. Breaking ball missed the slider. 1 ball and 1 strike. Zimmerman homered in the first inning, his 22nd of the year. Struck out in the third. Flied out in the 6th. Just missed that fly ball to left field. Posednik caught it on the track in left field. There's got a couple of rabbits out there in Maxwell and Bernardina with 2 out. Breaking ball, slider that didn't catch the corner and stayed up. 2-1 to Ryan Zimmerman. Fastball missed inside. Well, with the power that Zimmerman has, and certainly the fact that he's hitting .300, you figure they will green light him for sure. And in case you have that thought, Kuo has allowed 1 home run this year. Way at his right foot. Hard slider for ball 4. So here comes Adam Dunn. Dunn so far this year with his 30 home runs and his 77 runs batted in. One thing about him, he has not produced with men in scoring position. So he's a feast or famine hitter anyway. Kuo has struck him out 3 times. He struck out twice tonight. For Adam Dunn in a home run spot, of course. He has 11 grand slams. Last one was last year. So Riggleman has his big man up there in a big spot. Having struck out twice tonight, Adam Dunn has struck out 135 times. He has Maxwell at third, Bernardina at second, Zimmerman at first, 2 out, 0-2 the count. And it's a pop fly, Casey Blake. No runs, 2 hits, 3 left, and at the end of 7.5, a 2-2 tie. buy 76 gasoline. We're on the driver's side. Quite a pitching duel tonight and a 2-2 tie. There they were, two stags locked in horns. The Hyundai keys to the game. Livan Hernandez and Hiroki Kuroda. Two magnificent efforts, with Kuroda shading him certainly in the pitch count and way out in strikeouts. But neither one deserved to lose. Kind of glad neither one will. Doug Slayton, left-hander out of Venice, who went to Los Angeles Pierce Junior College, will pick up. Doug is 6'5" and about 200. And he's facing Andre Ethier. Slayton, originally signed by the Diamondbacks, came up to the big leagues 4 years ago, then kind of disappeared during the 09 season and surfaced this year with the Nationals. 1 ball, 1 strike. Andre Ethier hitting .299, flied to right, doubled to right, popped to short. Down in the Dodger bullpen, Jonathan Broxton getting ready for the 9th inning. Breaking ball, foul back, 1-2. Of course, it was an expected move by Jim Riggleman, with Ethier followed by Loney in the lineup, that a left-hander would be brought in. Ethier hitting .236 against left-handers. 1-2. 2-2. Loney waits. Slayton taking his time, letting Ethier hang up there at the plate. Fastball, curve, and changeup. Fastball. So Ethier blown away on the fastball, strikes out for the first time.
First baseman number 7, James Loney.
Livan Hernandez only struck out 2. And now Slayton picks up a strikeout. And James Loney coming up. Grounded to first, walk, doubled to right. Loney against left-hand pitching, hitting .223. On deck, Matt Kemp. Backs away that breaking ball, missed ball 1. A couple of years ago, Slayton underwent microfracture surgery on his right knee. He's had 4 knee surgeries, 2 on each knee. First operation came when he was 16 years old. Big curveball, little roller. Kennedy makes the play. 2 down. And Matt Kemp coming up.
27, Matt Kemp.
Joel Peralta, a right-hand pitcher, is down in the pen. Alberto Gonzalez is going to come in. So it'll be a double switch with 2 out here in the 8th inning. And we'll be back. With 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning after Ethier and Loney went down against left-hander Doug Slayton, Jim Riggleman now brings in Joel Peralta, a right-hander, to pitch to Matt Kemp. Peralta, 5'11", 180. He's 34, from the Dominican Republic, originally signed by the A's. Went to Ventura Community College when they signed him. And a strike to Kemp. Peralta had a big scare a couple of years ago in spring training. He had severe headaches and a fever of, they say, a little bit over 105 degrees. He had to have a spinal tap, and it took him quite a while to recover, but here he is. 0-2. Matt Kemp flied to right, then had the near grand slam, the great leaping one-hand catch by Michael Morse to take it away from him. Last time up, they walked him intentionally. 0-2. Ball 1. Boy, Peralta really trying to get everything into that pitch. Alberto Gonzalez, who played second base last night, is playing shortstop in the double switch. Gonzalez will bat 9th. Peralta goes in Desmond's spot. Last night, Gonzalez went 1 for 4. Made a couple of good plays at second. 1-2. 2-2. Kemp batting .261. He has 18 home runs, 61 runs batted in. As so often happens, it was back in 2002, they found out that Peralta was 4 years older than previously reported. He was 26 instead of 22. Fastball, a one-hopper. There's Gonzalez, backhands that bullet and makes it look easy. So down go the Dodgers, and at the end of 8, a 2-2 tie. $4,896. We have reached the 9th inning. The Dodgers have used Kuroda, Quo, and now Jonathan Broxton. The Nationals, Livan Hernandez, then Slayton and Peralta. Broxton will be facing Josh Willingham, Michael Morse, and Ivan Rodriguez. So Big John with his 21 saves, and of course the numbers that always get your eye would be the strikeout to walks. 14 walks, 58 strikeouts, an edge better than 4-1. Willingham has grounded to short, struck out, and flied to left. Ball 1. Broxton 3-3 with an ERA of 3. Willingham 0 for 3. 1-1. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Willingham with 15 home runs, 54 runs batted in. Came into the game hitting .269, so he's given up some points. Off the plate. Willingham usually sees a few pitches. He's averaging a little bit better than 4 pitches in at bat. This will be his 4th pitch. 2-1. And ball 3. Josh is 3rd in the league in a rate of walks to plate appearances. Usually hits the ball in the air. 3-1. Ball 4. So Willingham draws the walk. Dodgers had Quo walk 2 in the 8th inning and get out of it by getting Adam Dunn. Now Willingham draws the walk, and Michael Morse will be coming up. Morse flied to center, robbed of a hit on a diving stop by Casey Blake back in the 4th inning, and grounded out again in the 7th inning. 2-2 tie in the 9th inning. Morse, as we said, posting good numbers against right-hand pitching. He's batting .318. Oh, and 1. Against Broxton, the opposition is hitting .253. Oh, and 1. Off the plate. One thing about the Nationals, they are not aggressive base runners. They're 13th in the league in going from first to third on a base hit. They're 14th scoring from first on a double. One and 2. Morris has had about 115 plate appearances, and he struck out 23. Very good. Willingham at first, nobody out. 9th inning, 2-2 tie. Little roller to short. The feed to second. The turn and a bounce, and they get the double play. So Carroll to Terrio to Loney, and Terrio's throw on a bounce, and James stayed with it. So 6-4-3, 2 out in the top of the 9th, and the batter Ivan Rodriguez, single, grounded out, hit back to the box, 1-for-3. Rodriguez 300 home runs as a catcher, 307 in his career and only 2 home runs this year. Most recently the other night in Arizona. Right. Rodriguez, 5'9", 190, hit as many as 35 home runs. Did that the year he was the MVP. Little roller foul. Rodriguez from Vega Baja in Puerto Rico, but now lives in Miami, Florida. He did a nice thing. He started the Ivan Rodriguez Charitable Fund to help underprivileged youth and child cancer victims. Started that when he was playing for the Texas Rangers, the organization in Dallas. 0-2. Roll it short. Jamie has plenty of time to throw out the veteran catcher. And thanks to the double play, it's a 1-2-3 inning. And we're heading to the bottom of the 9th in a 2-2 tie with Blake, Carroll, and Osmond. Joel Peralta getting ready to pitch to Casey Blake. In looking at Peralta's work against the Dodgers, Casey Blake 4 for 10 against him. Jamie Carroll 1 for 1. Brad Osmus has not faced him. Peralta came in to get Matt Kemp, who blistered a one-hopper to shortstop, and Gonzalez made a nice play. 2 runs, 5 hits for each team, 1 error charged to the Nationals. That's when Kennedy took the throw from Morse through to first base. Adam Dunn was not there, and that allowed the Dodgers to score Ethier with the tying run. That's how tough it's been. That occurred in the 4th, and here we are in the bottom of the 9th. Casey Blake flied to right, struck out and walked. All at bats were against Hernandez. That's ball 1. Octavio Dotel warming up in the Dodger bullpen. High breaking ball that just didn't come down. That slider was up around the head. 2-0 the count. Something, a ball of some kind, lands near third base. Larry Boa had to get it, so timeout for the moment. In fact, let's see. We might check the count again. I was watching the plate umpire, Jim Joyce, gesturing over to Jim Riggleman. If all of the pitches have counted, it's 3-0. I'm just wondering on that loose ball near third whether somebody had called time. In there. In looking at Peralta's work, no record, 17 previous games, 5 walks, 18 strikeouts. Casey with 11 home runs. Fouled away. Nationals scored in the first, Dodgers scored in the fourth, and they've locked horns ever since. 2-2, bottom of the ninth. Foul tipped and held by Rodriguez. So Casey gets a piece of it, and it's caught by Rodriguez. Nice play by the veteran catcher. Casey was hoping that it had gotten away. So with one away in the ninth inning, Jamie Carroll flied to right twice, hit into a force play. Of course, that was all during the sequence when most of the Dodgers were going the other way. Jamie hitting .274. In there. Big over the top fastball at 90. Peralta 5'11" and about 180. (2-0). Again, trying to throw what looks like a slider, but nothing happened on that pitch. (2-0). Last year, right-hand hitters batted .216 against him, and left-hand hitters ate him up. Fastball. It fouled off first, and that will go out of play. 1-2. One away, bottom of the ninth, 2-2. Saturday night crowd, 44,896. To left field, going back on the ball is Willingham, just shy of the track. You don't expect Carroll to hit one in the seats. So we have 2 down in the ninth inning, and Brad Osmus coming up. Osmus grounded out, singled, and grounded out. Seeing Carroll hit that fly ball, it reminds me, Rafael Furcal, who of course could not start against Livan Hernandez. Rafael Furcal has 4 home runs against Hernandez, but all he can do is sit and watch. Played catch. They think he might be able to start in Philadelphia on Tuesday. Fouled away. 0-1. Osmus 1 for 3. Ronnie Belliard coming out on deck. He would bat for Broxton. Foul back. If there is indeed a 10th inning, the Nationals will have Adam Kennedy, then Alberto Gonzalez, and the center fielder Roger Bernardino. 2-2 in the ninth. Fastball. So down goes Osmus, down go the Dodgers. Peralta retires 4 in a row, striking out 2 of them. We're heading for the 10th. 2-2. Scoring came quickly enough in the first inning with a man aboard. Ryan Zimmerman hit his 22nd home run. It was 2-0 Nationals. In the fourth inning, the Dodgers had the bases loaded, 1 out. Matt Kemp looked like he hit a grand slam. Michael Morse took it away from him. 1 run scored on the fly ball. Morse got the ball to Kennedy. Kennedy whirled and fired to first, but Adam Dunn was not there. Efe was able to score to tie up the game, and that's it. So Levon Hernandez and Hiroki Kuroda finished up even. Jonathan Broxton last pitched in the Ted Lilly game. He made only 15 pitches in the 9th inning of that game. He made 12 pitches in the 9th inning tonight. So Joe and Rick Honeycutt decide the big guys rested enough to pitch a 2nd inning. And it'll be Kennedy, Gonzalez, and Bernardino. And a strike. 0-1 to Adam Kennedy. Kennedy 0 for 2 in the past against Broxton. Gonzalez on deck, has never faced him. 0-1. One ball and 1 strike to Adam. He has 3 home runs, 21 runs batted in. Earlier in the year, Kennedy was hitting in the number 2 slot, and the Nationals were winning a lot. Now batting down in the number 8 position. And a strike. San Diego lost 6-5 to Arizona. The Giants were shut out by the Braves. One and 2. 2-2. Kennedy singled to left field. Twice flied to left field, so he's gone the other way against Kuroda. like the Dodgers did against Hernandez. 2-2. Got him. Fastball, down he goes. So you traveling this season? Take the Dodgers with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv today. See every Dodger game live or on demand on your computer. Visit Dodgers.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. So Kennedy goes 1 for 4. And here is Alberto Gonzalez for his first at bat of the night, hitting .294. Played a very good second base last night. Little ground ball under and off the glove of Casey. And Gonzalez is aboard. It'll be an error charged to Casey Blake. So the boy from Maracaibo in Venezuela is safely aboard. E5. So that'll bring up Bernardina, who walked and popped up, grounded out, and then dragged a beauty of a bunt in the 8th inning to get a base hit off Hung-Chi Kuo, which is news. Left-handers 2 for 40 against Hung-Chi Kuo. Now looking at Broxton. And ball 1. Gonzalez has not been involved in a stolen base. Dan Radisson, the first base coach, over to say something to him. Gonzalez had 1 stolen base last year with the Nationals, so he doesn't appear to be a base running threat. 1 ball and no strikes to Bernardina. Boy, Broxton is deliberate. That's a strike. 1-1. Bernardina is the kid from Curaçao in the Netherlands Antilles. 26 in June. Originally signed by the Expos. One and one. Check swing, but it's going to cost him a strike. 1-2 the count to Bernardina. Two runs, 5 hits for each side with an error. Kennedy and Blake. Two balls and 2 strikes the count. Jonathan Broxton, 12 pitches in the 9th inning. Got a double play on the ball hit by Michael Morse. Now with 1 out, working on Bernardina. Willie Harris comes out on deck. He would bat for Peralta. 2-2. And a ground ball going back to get it is Carroll. They get 1. No chance for 2 on Bernardina. So the force play keeps the inning alive. Gonzalez is forced. Now it's a totally different shot here. Now that Gonzalez is out of there, Bernardina is a good runner. He's stolen 8 out of 10. And out to talk to Broxton is Brad Osmus. Bernardina in the minor leagues stole as many as 68, so you know he can motor. And Willie Harris who appeared in last night's game, will be coming up. 2 out in the 10th, 2-2 tie. And Harris trying to do something about it. Willie, we mentioned last night, is from Cairo, Georgia, the birthplace of Jackie Robinson. Check swing, ball 1. Willie's about 5'9", maybe 175. Played with a champion White Sox team back in 2005, and the town gave him a parade. He was riding on a fire engine, and all of his high school teammates were on another one. It was a great moment in his young life. And ball 2, and Broxton appeared to be worrying more about Bernardina then than throwing a strike. So 2-0 the count, 2 down, 10th inning, 2-2. Bernardina on a 2-0 count. Not going on ball 3. So 3-0 the count to Willie Harris batting for Peralta, and Ryan Zimmerman on deck. Zimmerman against Broxton is 2 for 6 in the past. 3-0. Almost hit him. So Harris goes to first with the walk. Bernardina goes to second. So it means in the last 3 innings, 1, 2, couple of walks, and so Rick Honeycutt is going to go out. Talk to Broxton. The batter Zimmerman hit a 2-run home run in the first inning. Struck out, flied to left, and walked. So Zimmerman walked in the 8th. Willingham walked in the 9th. And now Harris walks in the 10th. The total number of pitches for Broxton is 28. Two on, 2 out. Zimmerman, as we mentioned, 2 for 6. He has 2 RBIs in the past against Broxton, and he has struck out twice. Zimmerman hitting over 300. And fastball's a little high. 1 ball and no strikes. Zimmerman is 6'3", so he gives you a pretty good strike zone. But he is also quite a good hitter. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 on, and they're both rabbits. Bernardina and Harris. 1-1. So Broxton in the 30 pitch range now. One ball and 1 strike. Good fastball. Jumped in there at 92. Little surprise, Zimmerman took that pitch. 1-2 the count. Bernardina at second, Harris at first with 2 out. 2-2 in the 10th. Adam Dunn on deck. One and two. Off the plate. So the deuces are wild. I mean, are they ever? 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on, a 2-2 tie. So a fistful of deuces, and Zimmerman at the plate. Got him. So Zimmerman strikes out. The Nationals leave 2, and we're heading to the bottom of the 10th, a 2-2 tie. When the Washington Nationals arrived here in Los Angeles, we had heard they were a poor defensive team, but that hasn't shown that way at all. They've been one good play after another. And, of course, the topper was out there in right field tonight when Michael Morse took a grand slam home run away from Matt Kemp. So the glove has turned out to be very important. And we go to the bottom of the 10th inning with a new pitcher, the 4th pitcher, taking up the burden. That would be Sean Burnett. So with 87 errors this year, that's the most of any team in the majors. They've sparkled with the glove. By the way, they're 87 errors. That's only 10 more than the Dodgers. Sean Burnett, born in Dunedin, Florida, grew up and lives in West Palm. Originally a first-round pick by the Pirates. Pitched very well briefly last night. That's a strike to Ronnie Belliard, who's batting for Broxton, who made 32 pitches. Burnett made 22 pitches last night. Ball 2, 2-1. When Burnett was growing up in Florida, he was a rabid Atlanta Braves fan, especially left-hand pitcher Tommy Glavine. Ball 3. And it paid off because last year he ranked among the National League's top 3. Opponents had 181 against him. Inherited runners didn't score much, and he usually got the first batter, and that's a strike. 3-2. you'll get a fastball, a slurvy curve, and a changeup. The changeup he really fell in love with because of Tommy Glavine. Fastball is low. So the Dodgers get their pinch hitter aboard. And Scott Posednik, a very good bunter, coming up. Posednik flied to left, flied to center, twice grounded to Adam Kennedy at second base. We'll see if he tries to get one down. He showed bunt, and it's a strike. 0-1. Last year, Burnett allowed left-hand hitters a 186 batting average. And the bunt foul and the count 0-2. Sean Burnett on a ball club that really doesn't have a closer once Caps went away. Batista has a save. Burnett has a save. Clifford has a save. Storen has one. But there's no standout. 0-2. And that's going to be a base hit on an 0-2 pitch. Belliard is going to go to third and make it easily. I have a note about one of the weaknesses of the Washington Nationals. They were, and might have moved up a notch, fourth in the National League in allowing hits on a no-ball, two-strike count. And Burnett has just done it to put the Nationals with their back to the wall. And the Dodgers have Terrio, Ethier, and Loney coming up. So the walk to Belliard, and then the base hit, 0-2 by Posednik. Jim Riggleman being asked by Jim Joyce about moving things along. With left-hand hitters following Terrio, Ether, and Loney, it looks like Riggleman will stay with Sean Burnett. Let's see if Riggleman, who was an infielder, will come up with something else to do. There are only two outfielders, so I wonder if Jim will take a page out of Branch Rickey's book. Branch Rickey thought up the six-man infield, and it looks like that's the plot. Michael Morse has come out of right field, and they've loaded the infield with Ryan Terrio. Now they're going to move Bernardino over towards right field, so there's no one in center. Now Pudge Rodriguez asking for time, looks over at the bench. Now here we go. So you have Dunn, Kennedy, and Morse on the right side. That's ball one. You have Gonzalez and Zimmerman on the left side. Of course, Branch Rickey's original idea was to use a five-man infield plus the pitcher in a bunt situation. Ball two. Now, they might not even pitch to Terrio. It could also be with Ethier and Loney coming up. They would have Burnett face them if Terrio doesn't get a pitch to hit. 2-0 the count. Fastball. 2-1. The other thing about the so-called six-man infield, when Branch Rickey wanted it in a bunt situation, it was to be against a very poor hitter who would then swing away instead of trying to bunt. Another foul ball, 2-2. So he'd use it, let's say, with a pitcher. And they would have one fella playing halfway between home and third. First time I ever saw it. And so they'd say to the pitcher, well, don't try to bunt, try to hit, which is what it was designed for. But now it's not designed for that at all, because you have good hitters. Terrio followed by Ethier. 2-2, nobody out. Dodgers at first and third. Big bouncer up the middle. It's the right fielder throwing to first for the out. Down to second goes Posednik, but at least the so-called six-man infield got an out, but it didn't get a double play. Now you have first base open and Ethier coming up. That's Morse up the middle who's going to handle it. Right fielder, his only play. So Morse now looking for direction. So is Adam Kennedy. And now they get the answer. We're going to walk Ethier. So Terrio's ground ball probably would have been a base hit to win the game. So in a moment, James Loney will be coming up with the bases loaded and one out. Two runs, 5 hits for the Nationals. 2 runs, 6 hits for the Dodgers. And the intentional walk to Ethier will load the bases. And here comes Loney. Loney has grounded out and walked, doubled and grounded out. Now Michael Morse is going to go back to right field and lead the infield. Bernardino goes back to center, and they are telling Morse to come up, because if the ball hit in the air makes Morse to back up a little, why at third base Belliard figures to score. So Sean Burnett right in the middle of the griddle, and Rodriguez going out to counsel him. So the 27-year-old left-hander with the bases loaded and one out, pitching to James Loney, and ball one. Belliard at third, Posednik at second. Remember, he started the mess with a base hit on a no-ball, 2-strike count. Big curveball, base hit, that's it. Lights out. Dodgers beat the Nationals 3-2 on a line drive into right field by James Loney. Big hit for James, and the Dodgers win it 3-2. For Loney, he goes 2 for 4 tonight. And for Loney, coming up with that clutch base hit and RBIs, he is 67. So the Dodgers win on a night that both the Giants and the Padres lose, and the Dodgers trail San Diego by 7. It would have been an extra base hit, but with the bases loaded, he'll settle for the single and the Dodger victory. For Loney, that would be his 3rd career walk-off, and for that matter, he has the last 2, but no real dog pile. They're trying to be very careful about avoiding injury with their exuberance. A reminder tomorrow right here on Prime Ticket, the Dodgers and the Nationals. Good night, everybody.
Dodgers win it 3-2. James Loney, the game. Everybody comes blasting out of the dugout, mobs you, and then Russell Martin comes out. It was just one win, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's definitely a good one to get us back on track. I think we've been playing hard, just not getting good results. So.
Yeah, it seems like everything's a struggle for you guys right now. Some things are earned and some things are given, but everything is earned these days, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think, we're going out there, they're trying to do the same thing we're trying to do, win a game somehow. So, you run into tough stretches sometimes, and, we still got time to do some damage.
James, talk about Kuroda tonight. He gives up that home run early, and then he just locks them down. 17 in a row, he retired.
No, definitely. I mean, guys are talking to me at first base from their team, talking about how nasty he is, and his stuff's disappearing and stuff like that. So, anytime you got a pitcher out there like that, definitely give you a good chance to win. So.
All the injuries, all the tough luck. How do you guys stay positive through all this? You still have 51 games to go.
Yeah, no, I mean, we stay up. I think guys, trust their instincts. They trust, the work they're putting in. So hopefully, it pays off.
Good for you, buddy. Congratulations. All right, James Loney, his third game-winning walk-off hit. Hey, some more good news. Everybody in the division lost. San Diego lost, Colorado lost, San Francisco lost. We'll come back. Dodgers Live. We return. Chavez Ravine.